Hey everybody, welcome back to Kill by Daylight. When this goes up, we are officially less than 17 hours away from the 8th anniversary stream, which is going to be fantastic. It's going to be wild, unpredictable. They've already announced the Dungeons and Dragons thing, which probably is the chapter for the anniversary, but also, my opinion, my speculation, might not be. But we might actually get to that later in this video. But first, I want to go back and do something fun. I want to look at my predictions for the 7th year anniversary stream. It was full of big, bold predictions, and I know I got at least one of them correct. And I shouted out in the what I would change thing, that video. But I figured let's go through the entire, it's 9 minutes. This should only be like a 5-hour video, right? Of me breaking things down. Pull a Matt Pat here. Screw it. Let's go. Game theories. Let's go through and see if I actually got some things right. So, hey everybody, welcome back to Kill by Daylight. Already got one correct, because this is in fact Kill by Daylight. So that's 1 for 1 already. There we go. The anniversary stream is soon? Also, I don't know what build I was running. I don't know, like a toolbox, alright, for repairing generators, not saboing. Built to last, lithe. Inner strength and overzealous? Is that what that perk is? I couldn't even think off the top of my head why I was running this build. But hey, corn. They haven't said anything. There are leaks, there are rumors, there's innuendo about it's this Tuesday, it's that Tuesday, it's tomorrow. There were a lot. Last year around this time was hell. Being a part of this community, it was hell. All the different data mines, all the different leaks. It was garbage. This year is a lot different. This year is incredibly different. Last year, I think before this time, like a week before the stream, they were just like, boom, here is Nicolas Cage coming to Dead by Daylight. And I woke up to that news going, that's not real. I don't believe that. And so it was tweeted out by the official account, like, oh no, it is real. Holy shit, this is crazy. Yeah, last year was bad. I said it. There's innuendo about it's this Tuesday, it's that Tuesday, it's tomorrow. Yeah. I don't at this point in time of this recording, there's nothing, there's no news. Yeah, because the leaks, they actually pushed it ahead, right? Because it was supposed to be on like the Tuesday, but they pushed it to a Thursday because of the leaks, and they're like, we gotta get ahead of this. We gotta get ahead of this. It was trash, man. I remember that. I remember just being garbage. Being like, I'm spoiled. The singularity? What the hell is that? Soon-ish? We're almost
That's not
like
Jason.
For May. It's gotta be soon. Right? So
that's what everybody thought.
That assumption, I guess. I want to give my bold
Good skill check.
predictions for
Great
the
skill
7th
check.
anniversary stream. When I say bold, I'm talking...
Yeah, that was a good one.
I don't think these are gonna happen.
That's what I thought.
It's nice to imagine.
It is. It is.
It's nice to imagine what could happen. They're more. It's not predictions. It's It's big home run swings. That
Is that my like most notable tagline since then? Just like, it's my big home run swing for the anniversary. I think I used that. I think I used that recently too. Probably is. Also, I'm trying not to be that reaction. It's my content. I'm not stealing my own content, but I'm self-conscious of being that react stream. Like,
maybe 5% of the time,
just
maybe
nothing.
I'll knock it out of the park.
It's not reacting.
95%
Great skill check
of the time,
again.
Probably not gonna happen, right? Not gonna happen. So I think these are just fun. Don't take them too seriously. This is me having fun with like just guessing, just throwing ideas out there. So
I tried to come up with the most off-the-wall stuff I could think of. That's what I remember. I'm like, this. What about this? How buck wild would be if this happened? That was my thought process for that.
That's
why I say like that's why I say like, oh, it's my big home run swings. It's me calling my shot. If it's a home run, amazing. If I strike out, hey, I tried.
Point of video. Kote will announce their.
That's another one. He did announce things.
Currently working on the Unreal 5 graphics update.
I fucking called that.
If you can't tell, I haven't rewatched this in a fucking year. I called that. They just went over to the new Unreal 5, didn't they? Or it was like Unreal 4 point whatever? I'm gonna count that as a win. That's one. That's a legitimate one, not like, oh, welcome back to the channel and Kote announced things. That's real, though. Did they just upgrade to 5? They upgraded from what it was on to what it is now, and that's what caused all the hell that we experienced for 3 weeks. Bruh, I'm a soothsayer. I've said it so many times on both channels, man. Go back. Hold on. Spectrum, don't fail me now. They are currently working on the Unreal 5 graphics update. We won't see this year. We won't see it for a while. But they'll give us updates throughout the year, just like they did with the start of Game Collapse they said was coming. Still waiting on that one. Oops. No, but I'm going to take credit for that, because they did upgrade to a new Unreal Engine. They didn't announce it. They didn't give us anything. They didn't say it. They didn't give us updates like, oh, hey, this is what we're working on. Look behind the curtain. No, they just kind of dropped it and broke everything. But they still did it. About 2 years ago. Or the Grunts of Pain rework that they said was they're working on. A year ago. Yo, can we talk about that? Can we talk about that? If you missed it in this past... Oh, I think I had the complete generators. That's what that is. They just quote unquote nerfed the Were-Elk skin for the Huntress, the new like hyper super deluxe bloody edition legendary whatever the hell. They just quote unquote nerfed it by increasing the hatchet pull noise by like 200%. Somebody said it was like they raised it a lot. And I'm gonna paraphrase Scott Jund here and saying, like, if they can do that, that proves they could just go in and take this boy's Grunts of Pain and drop it down to what Meg's is, or what Claude's is, or what Ace's is. They could take him and Jane, and they could nuke their Grunts of Pain down. Yeah. Just food for thought on that one. They don't have proof they're working on it, but they say it's out there, so they're putting it out in the ether, and much like those other two things, we can speculate what it'll look like. Ooh, it'll look amazing. Ooh, it'll look too dark. But they say they're working on it. Nah, doesn't look that different. Doesn't look that different. Next, they announced they'll be doing another massive perk balance, just like last year. Over 40 perks will be changed in the coming months. But that is not all for balance. 40? I don't... They haven't done I think I overshot that shot, right? That was a swing and a miss. They haven't done like a big batch of that, right? They've just done little things here and there, right? Little nerf to this, little nerf to that, right? They put their entire like 3-month plan or their 3-chapter plan up. Like, oh, this is gonna get a little bit of tune up here. Mangled and Sloppy's getting nerfed here and reworked here. They haven't done a big like massive like year 6 style like 40 perks are getting changed. I don't think they should do that. I think they should like keep on what they're doing. Little improvements and little nerfs and buffs here and there, and it's keeps things a little bit fresh. So I swung and a miss. We called them Unreal though. Massive change to the game, shaking it to its very foundation. Question mark? They are nerfing Gen progression perks and items. Toolbox's brand new part, Prove Thyself, all nerfed. But Gen speeds are going to be reverted back down to 75 seconds. They say they're looking at making gens feel more consistent and less RNG for killers while making gens not feel like a chore for survivors. Can you tell what my utopia would look like for this game? Every single time I'm like, this is what I want to see. This is my big prediction. This is what I would like to see. It's always like, gen speeds are normalized. There's no more guessing about it. There's no more, I'm bringing this setup. If I need to complete 6 gens or complete an X number of gens for a Rift Challenge or a daily, I'm bringing a Commodious Toolbox with, probably not Swivel, but like, Swivel is speed, I believe. The other yellow add-on that increases charges. That and these are both speed add-ons. Don't know why I did that. Because I probably didn't know a year ago. But I'd bring Commodious and the 2 charge add-ons plus Built to Last and Streetwise, because that's the best value you can get. But like, if they actually did this and they normalized gen speeds, we wouldn't have the power unleashed or potential unleashed bug going around. I don't think, at least it probably would have still happened, but maybe it wouldn't have been as bad. Although people were running fucking brand new part with that shit. That's dirty.
Prove Thyself now only affects you, not everyone around you. If you're within 8 meters of another survivor, you get a 10% boost.
That's such a good change of me.
This can only affect one survivor in
Self high
that
five.
meter range. That means if 2 people with Prove Thyself stack on a gen, only one of them will have the perk activated. The perk now falls in line with Dweet's character of wanting to prove himself to his peers.
And I'm saying, folks, where's the lie?
That'll be their excuse. My baby boy Built to Last is finally nerfed properly. It now only recharges your item, not the add-ons like it does currently. Add-ons attached to the item will now be consumed by the
Look at that jolt. Took that like a goddamn champion.
entity when Built to Last is activated. Toolboxes are nerfed in a similar way to self-healing. They all have the same amount of charges, but they now consume 33% more charges when they use to fix a gen, but saboing a hook doesn't have that penalty. There will also be an add-on sweep to bring everything in line. This will encourage players to make sabo saves with toolboxes instead of using them to fix gens, thus making the gens more consistent and not a chore to do.
We'll talk about what the 8.0.0 PTB looks like, because they just released that like a day ago. I think that's a better change than what they're doing. I think that's a better change to encourage sabo plays than what they're actually doing, because I do not see a fun future for killers in coming. But that's PTB stuff.
Brand new port? Well, the entity eated it. It's gone. Rest in piss. It doesn't.
Such an easy fix. Just get it out of here.
It doesn't exist anymore. Okay. Brand new part doesn't exist anymore. They say this is just the start. By mid-chapter, we'll see an update to gen regression perks, bringing them in line with the new gen speeds with a goal of making them less oppressive. But wait, that's not all. They'll be doing a killer add-on pass, looking at problematic as well as useless add-ons for almost every killer.
I almost a home run there. They did look at Blight. They did look at Blight add-ons. So there's that half a point, I guess. Doubling back, they didn't do jack shit with gen speed, regression, progression. They didn't do jack shit with that. They didn't nerf Built to Last, so it's still a S tier perk. So oops, swing and a miss. We got 1 for 2 on that one. 1.5 for 3, we'll say, because they did go back and look at Blight. Let's listen. Then I'll get into what they actually did.
Trapper Sack will be nerfed by half, but overall trap capacity is increased. Tombstone Mire's Eerie Hatchet by half, as well as useless add-ons for almost every killer. Trapper Sack will be nerfed by half, but overall trap capacity is increased. Tombstone Mire's Eerie Hatchet and Clown's Pinky Finger are being reworked. The best part out of all of this, they'll say Myers and Clown, along with other low-tier killers, will be receiving substantial buffs to bring them in line with not Nurse or Blight, but in between killers that are fun to play as well as against.
God, if only. If only they would buff, like, Myers and shit. To be fair, the rework, we'll call it a slight rework to Huntress and Clown. Pretty good. Making their capacity add-ons base kit and changing those around to stupid stuff. The Invigoration one for Clown is pretty good. Huntress makes no goddamn sense. I think they should do something completely different than just like, oh, you hit them with a hatchet, you gain a speed bonus for a couple seconds, for a couple frames, whatever. It makes more sense for Clown. They did some things, right? They looked at Blight and went, he needs to be stronger. Okay. Oh, but then he can't hug now, so there's that, I guess. They did their share of things. They didn't touch Myers add-ons. They didn't touch Clown's add-ons, except make a couple of his base kit, like I said, the same thing with Huntress. But it didn't really... They didn't do jack shit for Trapper. I think I'm not the only one who's saying they should make Trapper a sack base kit and remove the downside. Why shouldn't he be able to carry all of his traps from the start of the match? I don't know what the reasoning is. He's got chores to do, I guess. He's been a naughty boy, or bear in this instance. They didn't really do... they buffed Billy. They reworked Hillbilly to be god tier now. He's super good now. He's super fun to play with his, supercharge, whatever the hell it is. His, Hillbilly Turbo 3 mix, or what the hell. So they did that. So that's pretty cool. The twins got quality of life changes. So there's that. Was year 7 the Trickster update as well, I believe, yeah? So they technically looked at killers that were on the lower end and not being played as much and brought them up. They tried to rework Skull Merchant. And then they tripped and fell up the stairs and whacked their dome piece on the steps. They tried. God damn it, they tried. Give him A for effort. Kote introduces the anniversary chapter, saying it's been a dream of his to add this license to the game ever since they started 7 years ago. Tell me how that hatchet hit, by the way. I still look at this clip and like, a dream of his to add this license to the game ever since they started 7 years ago. I don't know how she had an angle on that one. He says this chapter will shake the realms to its core, and if you're not careful, it'll be game over, man. Game over. That is an obviously prediction of the Alien chapter happening. That's the one I knew I got right. I didn't know about the Unreal stuff or like some of the other stuff. So, game over, man. Game over is obviously a famous line from Alien. No, Aliens, the second one. After the crash landing, which is the Nostromo's wreckage site. That's what that map is based off of. So, I called that one. That's a home run. I think that one makes me win overall, because I predicted that stuff before any of the leakers or people who have quote unquote inside sources like Gumpy. Right? No hate towards Gumpy. Man, somebody's gotta be looking into that man, though. Man called Chucky, Alan Wake, and I think he called Alien as well. No, he called Unknown. He called the Unknown, and like to a fine point, saying like it's going to be 3 killers, 2 female, 1 male, and Unknown released with 2 female cosmetics and a base male cosmetic. So that one he got correct, and then he was the first one, I believe he was the first one to say Vecna, but from Dungeons and Dragons is coming, not Stranger Things, where people went, that's bullshit. That's stupid. We got Stranger Things back. I should have put that in the bold predictions. Unless it is. Maybe it is. Because if I did, I should go buy a lotto ticket at that point. But, like, everybody went, no way. Vecna from Dungeons and Dragons and not Stranger Things? Pshaw. Whatevs. And then he said, like, one that got a lot of people like, okay, if he's right, then this could be cool. That's the one after potentially Vecna. We don't know yet. There is a Dungeons and Dragons crossover happening. We don't know if that's the chapter. More than likely is, but could be something. In my opinion, it could be a swerve, like it's something like Iron Maiden or Slipknot. It could be a collection event type of thing. Some cosmetics relating to Dungeons and Dragons. Whomst knows? We'll find out very, 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 very soon. Immediately after that, they say that the fun doesn't stop with this anniversary chapter announcement. And then a trailer for the next chapter after the anniversary chapter starts. We fade in. We start with an establishing shot of a rundown home in the bayou. Interior shot, slow pan across a decrepit kitchen, bowls and pots filled with what looks like some sort of disgusting black goo. The camera slowly moves past the kitchen to the hallway. That chair? I had to reinstall RE7 to record this footage. This is all me, baby. Director, producer, showrunner extraordinaire, god damn it. Because I looked at the trailer, I was like, oh, let me see the... Like, I was just going to use, like, RE7 launch trailer or announcement trailer. But none of it was good enough, right?
A rundown.
I was like, all right, slow pan out here.
Interior
beautiful.
Shot,
fade in.
Pan across a
You could tell... You could tell how jarring it is. I didn't make the perfect cuts.
Interior shot, slow pan.
Because you can see Ethan just abruptly stop and start panning.
Across a decrepit kitchen. Bowls and pots filled with what looks like some sort of disgusting black goo. The camera slowly moves past the kitchen to the hallway.
That chair? I thought that chair was going to cost me time.
We hear a distant yet familiar voice.
I don't remember what was supposed to be there. Because that is... Uh-oh. What's Ethan's wife's name? Uh-oh. It's not Rose. That's his baby. Mia. That's Mia. I always had a plan to be like, Mia's screaming.
We hear a distant yet familiar voice.
I think I originally had it written down, like, I wrote all this down, all my ideas for any of these discussion videos that aren't like just like going over like patch notes or something like that. I write my ideas down. And this I had storyboarded, kinda like this will happen and then this will happen, and I'll narrate it like this. Again, producer, director, writer, on-screen personality. I do it all. I'm a 5-tool player. What do you want? I think I had it. I remembered vividly her screaming, "Ethan, no." I thought she's like not Freudian, but Mandela affected. I'm pretty sure she was like, "Ethan, no," or something like that. Well, I guess I remember wrong, so I just pulled it from when it was just like, "Leave me alone," right?
We hear a distant yet familiar voice.
Yeah, "Leave me alone." I think that's, if I remember correctly, been a while. That's when, yeah, she gets possessed, or she's out of the possession. She, like, knocks herself out against the wall after the first encounter with her being possessed. Yeah.
We cautiously walk to the foot of the stairs, possibly leading to an attic, when suddenly the camera is grabbed, spun around, and staring us in the faces, Papa Jack Baker. "Welcome to the family, son." Fade to black.
I could have done it better. Looking back on that last part, I could have done it better. Right? Because he does, like...
To an attic when suddenly...
I think it's also another, like... Maybe not Mandela effect, just, like, forgetting what it is.
The camera is grabbed, spun around, and staring us in the faces.
Because I don't remember that...
Papa
the
Jack
iconic
Baker.
line of, "Welcome to the family, son." Before he pulls you around, I thought it was punch, and then you're on the floor, and he goes, "Welcome to family."
"Welcome to the family, son." Fade to black.
Or it's before the stomp to Ethan's face, which... Spoilers for the Resident Evil franchise. Ultimately kills Ethan, apparently.
We hear another distant noise.
So... I missed on that one. There's a joke here, right?
A familiar one. That of one Pixel Bush exploding with excitement that his dream chapter will finally be revealed.
That was... I put that in there. One, just to pop myself, basically. Because I watch all his videos, man. Love his content. And every single time it's like, yeah, Papa Jack Baker's gotta be in it. Like, he wants it. So I'm like, I want to see him, like, burst at the seams with happiness for that. I put that, like, the whole thing, like, oh, it'll be Jack Baker, because, like, oh, man, maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. I think it will eventually happen. I think we will get another Resident Evil chapter, part 3, eventually. There is still a lot on the board for killers. You got Jack Baker, you got Lady D, you got Heisenberg, you got Donna Beneviento, if you want to go that weird route of, like, why is she here? You got skin concepts, Barry, you got Marvin, you got, Tyrant, the original Tyrant from RE1. You got, the hell is her name? Wesker's, henchwoman from RE5. You put her as a skin for Wesker, change him into her, and you can do stuff like that. Like, there's a lot on the table Ann Birkin, was that her name? I think it was. Chris's entire wolf squad, you can make just skins for Dwight, who cares? There's still so much left on the table for both killers and survivors and skins, right? The survivor skins you could make easily. Obviously, Ethan or Mia should be the survivor if it's Jack or Lady D, Heisenberg, Beneviento, stuff like that. Actually, now that I think about it, give Oni a skin that turns him into Lady D. And I think you got money on the table there. Just like, because it kind of fits. She's a big vampire lady. So she drinks the blood of the survivors that she hits, and she turns into her dragon form. Obviously a lot smaller and a lot less flying. She turns into her dragon form like she does at her boss fight. And she could down people instantly like that. I think that would be money, man. I think that'd be great. Like, yeah, Hunk Legion skin, dope. Give me Lady D Oni. Give me that skin. That sounds pretty cool. But I think there is a potential for not just the first part 2 chapter, but the part 3 chapter for Resident Evil. I think those chapters made so much freaking money for this company, or both companies. And, like, we could be on the horizon of another game announcement. It just makes the most sense. That, like, if I would have, like, bank on any franchise coming back, it's not Stranger Things. I think it's Resident Evil, man. I think it's Resident Evil coming back for a third time, because those chapters made money, especially if you're going to put Lady D in them, even if it's just an Oni skin, right? You go, oh, here's Jack Baker with Mia as the survivor. Both RE chapters did release with 2 survivors. You would have to butter up Capcom pretty friggin' hard to get Ethan being a face reveal in a game that isn't Capcom oriented. Because they really don't want you to see that Griffin McElroy looking face of his. That data leak, that photo leak of what Ethan really looks like, everybody went, that's that boy! That's the goodest boy! That's Griffin McElroy. I don't know if they really want the first, like, actual, like, oh, you can actually see what he looks like being in Dead by Daylight and not, like, Resident Evil 9 or something like that. But fuck it. Jack Baker as the killer, Mia and Ethan Winters as the survivors, Lady D Oni skin, boom. That makes another $1 trillion for this company. Guaranteed. What else we got in this video? I don't remember. The show will close after a couple more notes of roadmaps and bug fixes, and maybe there's a spin-off game again like they did last year with the dating sim. Bro, did I call it? Did I call the casting of Frank Stone? I think I did. I think I called Xenomorph, the Alien chapter, and I called the casting of Frank Stone and the Unreal Engine update. Oh my Jesus. Am I crazy? I'm gonna have to go look back at, like, last year's stream, because wasn't there another announcement of another spin-off game? I could have sworn they were like, yo, we have 2 spin-off games coming, one from Supermassive, the Until Dawn people, and that's the casting of Frank Stone, which I don't think it's a shocker that we're probably gonna get a release date, right? We're gonna get a release date, a release trailer. Kote might just be like, yo, get it, buy it now, bitch. Play the PTB, and then play casting of Frank Stone afterwards. So, I don't think it's a secret that we're gonna get at least a release date and a new trailer. Right? They've been ramping up their promos and stuff like that on Twitter and YouTube, and posting all that other stuff, like these little radio snippets and news broadcasts. I think we're definitely getting at least, at the very bare minimum, release date, and probably a new trailer. But I'm pretty sure we're supposed to get another one, right? I don't know. I gotta go check. I'll do some sleuthing after this. But I called that. We open, fade in, Kote sitting in his iconic chair. Didn't fucking happen. The show comes to a close with Kote saying, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoy this next year of Dead by Daylight and many more years to come. Is this another? Hold on. Is this another Springtrap? Hold on. Screen starts to fade to black. when Kote blurts out, "Oh, and welcome Stranger Things back to the fog." I fucking called it! Show ends, PTP is up, Demodog is back in the store. I'm a fucking soothsayer, fortune teller. I'm Mr. X. I can see the future. I called the Unreal Engine update. I called the Alien chapter. I called the casting of Frank Stone. And I fucking called Stranger Things returning. Obviously, they didn't make that announcement then. They made it on Stranger Things Day because that's more apropos. And it's great that they're back. Bruh. Oh, I put up that, like, oh, my big bold prediction for year 8 anniversary stream. Like, oh, this, we'll do a similar thing like we did last year with Nicolas Cage. It was a short. Like, I just threw this one out there because I like pieced things together. Like, okay, maybe this and this and this. I remember the ending to last year's anniversary stream. Do you? Everything was said and done, and the end transmission chapter was revealed. Right before Kote signed off, he announced that Nicolas freaking Cage was joining the Fog. Still mind-blowing. My big bold prediction for this year's anniversary is that happens again, but instead of announcing a solo Survivor chapter, Kote announces a solo Killer chapter, and that chapter 32.5 is Springtrap. The 10th anniversary of the first Five Nights at Freddy's game is this August, and Scott Cawthon, the creator of the series, has said he's been working on something big for the anniversary and that he would have more news soon. I know people are like, oh, that's the Oculus or the Meta Quest for Help Wanted 2. Booey. That's made by Steel Wool. That wasn't announced by fucking Scott. So everything actually lines up pretty perfectly. Will my prediction come true? Well, we got 1 week until we find out if I'm finally right about one of my Springtrap theories. God, we can only hope. But like when I post something like that, that's why I'm like, yo, maybe I'm on to something. Maybe I'm just good at predicting things. Just imagine though, imagine I just get that one right as well. Holy shit. Are my home run swings. Again, these are not what I think will happen. I think we'll get another announcement of perk overhaul like we did last year. We'll be looking at shifting the meta. Simple stuff like that. We'll get the announcement of the new chapter. Whatever it may be. Boy, it was anything but simple. Again, Nicolas Cage was there. They also did announce Slipknot and Iron Maiden and like other creator things. It was a pretty big thing for cosmetic stuff. No meta shift though. And stuff like that. Maybe they'll say they're doing add-on passes for killers and like they did in the I don't know what that little dip dive and jig I just did there was. But these are just tell me how that actually curved that axe around the rock. Run swings. I'm swinging with all of my might. I see that fastball coming to the plate. I'm like, this is a home run, baby. Calling my shot like I'm Babe Ruth. I swing, and 5% of the time, boom, I'm making contact. That's going flying over the center field wall. Bro, there was more than 5% going over the center field wall there. 95%. I was hitting some bombs over the big green monster at Fenway, apparently. 10% of the time, that fastball slowly dips down because it wasn't a fastball. It was a changeup. Can you tell I played baseball in high school and am a big baseball fan? Sport! I played sport. There it is. Look at it, I got another one right. That's my sport knowledge. I watch sport. I watch sport. So, fact. What do you think? What are your big, bold predictions? What would you love to see happen in this upcoming stream? Pretty sure that she just tried to orbital. I heard that fucking whiff. Whatever it is, I don't know. I don't even know when this video is gonna go up. I don't even know when this video is gonna go up because it's gonna coincide with the day before the stream. Because oh, so I do have a pattern. That's nice to know. Clout and scheduling is fun. It is. It can be. It's a week from when I'm recording this. I don't know if it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks. They haven't said anything, so I doubt it's a week from today. Because yeah, I'm pretty sure if I recorded this like the day they announced when the stream was gonna be, I would have been like, yo, fucking big things already happened, bro. But I like to think behavior has better planning than to be like, oh, the stream is in 2 days. Tune in. Oops, that's what they did. Brum, brum, brum. And I'd like to think they'd have a better grasp on that stuff.
They did not. Spoilers.
But for now, I want to thank you all for watching. If you thought any of these were good ideas, or if they're bad ideas, hook the like button, more subscribe button, bing bong that bell, and until the actual anniversary stream, which I will be doing a reaction to like I've done for the past couple years. Ditto. I will be doing that for this year's because it's fun. Also,
Until
boom, look
then,
at that fucking hat spawn. Oh, I will see you in the fog. Good luck. Yeah, so pretty freaking good, right? We got a lot of big ones in there. We missed on like the perk changes and the gen progress stuff and all that other stuff, but again, we called right out the gate the Unreal Engine update. We got that, and that broke everything. Broke everything. Fun. The Alien chapter, boom bam bazinga, got it done. We called that one before anybody else, I'm pretty sure. Then the other spin-off game, right? What we now know as the casting of Frank Stone, boom, got that one. And then Stranger Things coming back. Again, it wasn't announced. It wasn't announced on the 7th anniversary stream. It was actually kind of predicted that something might happen because the data miners for Fortnite got a hold of that latest patch like a week before and said, oh, guys, there's a Stranger Things character pack going to be in the shop. And everybody in the DVD community went, you don't say. So we kind of had a suspicion, and then it happened. It's like, oh my god, fucking poggers. So I'm gonna still count that, right? So I think I came away with like 4.5 because the half is the meta, not the meta, but like the add-ons. They changed add-ons on a lot of people. They brought Trickster up. They tried to make Skull Merchant work. Just delete her at that point. At this point in time, just get her out of the game. Just remove her, replace her with whatever the hell you had planned before. I don't know if there's any saving that character. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think so. But they made the capacity add-ons for Clown and Huntress base kit and rework some of their add-ons. So they did do some of that. They didn't touch Trapper. They didn't even look at Michael. Sag. Yeah. I don't know how long this video is going because I accidentally stopped the recording. So there's that. I think we got a little bit of time to go over what they actually announced for the PTB. So let's do that one. First, they dropped this. I think this was first. I think it was in the same day. I think it was this dropped and the PTB info dropped. And, like, there you go, right? I don't know what that creature is. I don't play Dungeons & Dragons. I've never touched Dungeons & Dragons. My knowledge of D&D comes from Stranger Things. So, there's that. I was more of a card-based TCG person. Or still am, I guess. You know, Yu-Gi-Oh! I played Magic the Gathering for a little bit. You know, I know that stuff, kinda. Well, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon I know extensive knowledge of. Big brain activity for that stuff. Dungeons & Dragons, not so much. So the giant eyeball creature, like, okay, that's pretty dope. And then the laugh, I'm assuming is gonna be Vecna, right? If Gumby is true. Gumpy? One of those. Sorry if which one ever is wrong, incorrect. But, Vecna from Dungeons & Dragons. Big brain move here. Big conspiracy move. What if it's Vecna from Dungeons & Dragons coming in with, fucking, Stranger Things characters? What if we did that? Like, it's not Vecna from Stranger Things, it's Vecna from D&D, but it's Eddie and Chrissy. Or fucking Hops and Mrs. Bars. I forgot her fucking name. Whoops. What a real fan you are. I haven't... It's been almost 2 years. Sorry. It's been a bit. Right? I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't know, like... How you... Like, Dungeons and Dragons, I've watched the Adventure Zone, I've watched some, Critical Role. I've watched those things because it's entertaining to hear storytellers tell stories, right? Shocker. I know you have to create your own characters in Dungeons and Dragons. What the fuck are they gonna do for a survivor? Like a dungeon map? A castle map? That's so fucking cool. That sounds so dope. And Vecna, don't know like he's an eldritch lord. He's a god basically. Like what the? He's gonna get hit with a piece of wood and get stunned and then flashlight blinded. Really? That's what we do with our eldritch horrors? Okay, sure, man. But I don't know a damn thing about Dungeons and Dragons. I'm excited to see what they do and see what comes in. Maybe we have other skins for other killers and other survivors. Who knows? Maybe it's a big package deal like Resident Evil did. That'd be cool, but I don't know. Then they put this up like a couple days later, and I don't know what to make of it.
We're celebrating something special.
Oh my god! It sounds like Tara Strong. It sounds like Tara Strong doing her Harley Quinn impression. But then it's the Clown's Carnival theme. Next to Maurice in Father Campbell's. Like, I went through just looking through the killers, like, oh, Clown, Doctor, and like, I think 8 or 9 others, or in total, don't have masquerade masks yet. So maybe that's an indication that happens, but I don't know what people are saying. That's the person who makes the masks and is a big fan of the entity and all that other stuff. I don't know. We'll find out then. But then they put out the big meat and potatoes of everything. Stuff to... This is just going to be in this PTB. That's just what's going to be in 8.0.0. This is a lot. This is a lot of stuff. And there's some things I have concerns about. Others, it's just like, alright, whatever. Actually, everything I'm just like, oh, okay, that's cool. There's 2 things that I'm very concerned about. One of them being the good guy, decreasing Hideo cooldown to 12 seconds was 18. That's dope. But you can only scamper while performing Slice and Dice? That sucks. That really sucks. I saw that and went, that's a bad take to do? Like, he can only do it while he's doing his Slice and Dice, and you're still locked in to your Slice and Dice animation, so you gotta kind of direct it to which way the survivor's going. That's a real 50-50. That sucks. I understand their whole, like, it sometimes, big word there, sometimes, lead to unavoidable hits since survivors could not possibly get somewhere safe in the time it took him for crawl under a pallet. That's fine. That's all well and good. You know what you do instead of being like, oh, he can only scamper while using his kind of shitty Slice and Dice attack? He's locked out of doing an attack for like 2 seconds or 3 seconds or however long. Bruh, this sucks. I think this sucks. I think this takes Chucky down from being really fun to play to just like, I don't think I ever want to play him again, because Scamper is one of the unique things he has, and if you can only do a slice and dice attack under a pallet or over a window, that kind of sucks. That kind of like takes a lot of his best add-ons are the one that you gain a speed boost after scampering, and you see the auras of people after scampering, right, for like X amount of seconds. I think we now have to look at his add-ons and be like, what are his good ones? Because Scamper is now going to be a niche thing to do? Like, I don't know. I don't agree with this change. This change is fine, so you can be in like a pseudo stealth killer now. That's dope. That's cool. Decrease the time it takes to scamper to 1.3. Was 1.4. I think you could have not done this and be like, it now takes you 2 whole seconds to scamper. That, and then you're locked out of your basic attack for like another 1.5, 1 second. So now the survivor has 3 seconds total to actually get someplace safe. And like, I don't like this change. I hate this change. This, hate it. This, ooh boy, I love making some of the chilies and some of the engravings base kit, decreasing the collision detection. Oh, so good. His base tantrum is now set to 3 max instead of 5. Oh, several add-ons being adjusted accordingly. Again, the chilies and the engravings. Oh, eat that chili up. So good. So tasty. Dependence on certain add-ons. We just said fuck it. Now he's uber good. So cool. So cool that Bubba's actually getting love after, I don't know, a long time. Especially after those rumors throughout the year, like, oh, they might lose his license. And then they reaffirmed, like, no, he's not going anywhere, bitches. He's staying. And then, of course, Dweet recently being like, hey, remember when they said he was going? What if, though? So, I don't think Bubba's going anywhere, especially after the TCM game flopped harder than Joel Embiid during the Knicks games. Oh, shit! Sports! Deathslinger, super good. He's being buffed. That's super good. Mastermind is being nerfed. That's super good. I don't know. I didn't realize his hindered effect when you're fully infected is double what Clown bottles do. Clown, I believe, hinders at 4%. And with the add-on, it hinders at 6%. But Clown gas lasts only a few seconds. Full infection lasts until you cleanse it. He was getting 8% hindrance? That's dumb. And infection is now reduced to 1% when hooked. It was 50%. That's great. That's probably the best change they've made. Because there's a lot of times where you get hit by his tenties and you're infected and you get off hook. You're still like a moderate charge. So your first line of action is not, oh, let me get healed, let me do this. No, you got to run to a vaccine and vax up. So that's perfect. Blight, they keep touching his add-ons. I don't know why. Like these are his iridescents. Okay, sure. He's still gonna be really good. They removed his hug tech. He's still a high A, even low S tier killer. Oops. Toolboxes. I don't understand this. They increased the Sabo speed across most variants and increased effects of Sabo related add-ons. We have to see. This is one of those things like, okay, we gotta wait and see what this does. Because they really want to take away from, oh, they're the repair item to now you're gonna Sabo because it feels like a valuable option for those who want it. You're buffing Sabo squads? I had that one, it was the Chucky match where I was trying to get that, undetectable achievement that seemingly bugged to hell and back. Where it was people running Sabo build and breakout, and that's not fun. I don't want to fight that every fucking game. Why are you doing this? This is dumb. Sorry, not sorry, but this is not the change to toolbox. This is not the change to toolboxes that we need. Sorry. This update feature field balance / strongest perks to face. Deadlock's getting a nerf of 5 seconds. It's still going to be goated. Background player, they're reducing the speed bonus. That's fine, but they're also decreasing the exhaustion, so it kind of balances out. You get it more often, but it's slightly less. That's a sprint burst. And I think it lasts for like an hour. That speed boost lasts for a very, very long time. So, it's still going to be good. Grim Embrace, they're reducing the lockout to 10 seconds. Okay, it's still gonna be really good. It's still 2 seconds is not that big of a deal. That means they did nerf Pop, but I think Grim Embrace Pop is still gonna be a go-to of mine. Now this lasts a little bit shorter, so there's more time to. There's not a lot of overlap to when Pop duration ends and Grim Embrace ends. Okay, it's quickly risen in both strength and popularity since we last changed it, because you made an effective perk that requires you to hook every survivor once. Crazy how that was barbecue and chili before you guys decided to gut it. Dummies. We won't have to we have similarly toned it down slightly to move it more into a more balanced range while keeping it rewarding for kills who choose to switch targets. You know, play good. Decisive, they reduced the stun to 4 seconds. Okay, sure, man. Does it work properly? I don't know. Pop decreased the regression effect to 20, was 30. It is proven to be very strong, and conditions activated aren't very difficult. Well, if you're making it now, people are more inclined to Sabo, which, by the way, a lot of people aren't using background player to get flashlight blinds. They're using it to Sabo. You're now enforcing that. Dipshits. You fucking idiots. Thank God this is not... I read this, I was like, oh my god, these are a lot of changes they're pushing live right before the anniversary. And I was like, oh, it's the PTB. Okay. Sure, Pop is really strong. Okay. That's fine. Like, it is very easy to get if they're not saboing constantly. Or body blocking, or both. Try to reflect often it comes into play. We reduce the strength. That's fine. Buckle up, they completely rework. That's fine. Survivors healed from the dying state break into a sprint at 150% movement speed for 5 seconds. Does not cause exhaustion. That's pretty good, because I've noticed when you pick somebody up from the dying state, hey, guess who gets latched onto right away by the killer? It's the person that just got picked up. So I don't think it should have provided both players with endurance. That was fucking dumb, because you have the as they even put it, problematic when paired with for the people. You guys were fucking dumb for making both players get endurance. You caused this. It's that fucking Eric Andre meme where he shoots Hannibal like, who could have done this? It's like, you did, behavior. The gun is in your hand. You shot it. It was so dumb, like giving both survivors endurance when they use for the people. What? You just give the person who got picked up endurance so they can get away. Yeah, idiots. This is fine though. This is fine. It does what it says on the tin. That's great. Pain res, they reduced it by 5%. Okay. They're actually give them credit. They are bringing in they're kind of narrowing down what I said with gen regression perks. Like Pop does less, Pain res does less. Deadlock and Grim Embrace are now on a shorter time frame. They're still going to be very good perks, just they're now zoned in a little bit. So gens don't seem like they're in a war of attrition. That's nice. Now do it for gen progression. Make an actual change to toolboxes that makes gens not go as fast. And then you can be like, oh, fuck a Sabo squads, go crazy. Whatevs, you dummies. Invocation Weaving Spiders. I was called insane for wanting this. Maybe. I don't read comments. I'm a sane person. This was something I put in the wish list for year 8 that I wanted to see. It's like, oh, Invocation takes a really fucking long time. Maybe buff it. Now Invocation time to 60 seconds. Was 120, so it's cut in half. And Invocation progress now regressed at a rate of 1 per second. It was 20 charges per second. So now it takes shorter and regresses slower. So that's cool. My only problem was Invocation, Weaving Spiders. This is a new perk type. So the anniversary chapter might come with a survivor, if it does, that mayhaps have an Invocation type perk. Well, now if all Invocation type perks, I don't know how you go up from it puts a brand new part on every fucking generator on the map. Like if every Invocation perk takes 60 seconds and it leaves you broke for the entire match, that's a perfect trade-off. Yeah, they even say it here. Now that we've had some time in Invocation mechanic play, we're ready to make some adjustments to both the Invocation process in preparation for future Invocation perks. So I think we might get 1 or maybe even 2 I doubt they'll do 3, but maybe 2 in the next anniversary chapter. So that's pretty good. That's cool. Decimated Borgo, the most orange map that ever oranged, is now spooky scary, and I'm like, yes, there's hope for farm. Red tinted and shattered square could make it difficult to see scratch marks, auras, and pools of blood, especially colorblind players. I've noticed a lot of streamers actually rework how their colorblind settings work on this and corn. So if you guys do the same thing to corn, make corn less orange and make it like this, because this looks great. You know, that'd be great. We have completely changed the lighting on this map to address these concerns. It is also hard to see scratch marks, auras, and pools of blood on corn, on the farm maps. So, oh, I did the wrong thing. Yeah, fuck it. Let's DDoS here. Oh my god, what am I looking at? That's Borgo! Anyhoozle. Yeah, do that to corn. Item previews, this is pretty good. Rework pop-ups for items in the trial. You can now see what you're actually grabbing. It gives you a little descriptor. Yeah, it's pretty good. The fact that this is coming with PTB 8.0.0 makes me think Vecna is going to come with an item that you have to use against him. Just a theory. Mark calendars, May 14th, 11 a.m. Eastern. Exciting reveals, including new features, next chapter, and more. So, all in all, this looks like a great, really great PTB. An unnecessary nerf to the good guy, and an unnecessary fucking increased Sabo speeds across the board for oh my god, they actually say it here. Enhance. Whoa. Grip wrench Sabo hooks are longer to respawn. Fucking dumb. Increase Sabo speeds. You're already doing it across the board for both cutting wire and hacksaw. That's fucking dumb. Good guy, that's an unnecessary change. So stupid. There's other better things you could have done. This toolbox thing should not make it to live servers. Bubba, Slinger, Mastermind, and Blight, and Borgo, and all of these perks should, though. That is my hot take on that. And that's where we will call this a day. So I got a lot of things right. Surprisingly, a surprising large amount from my year 7 predictions video. We got a lot right in that one, so that's cool. And this PTB looks really good. Again, aside from the toolbox thing and the good guy update, not needed for both of them. I think Sabo speeds are fine where they are. Again, we have to see the numbers though. If it's something astronomical where like now the best Sabo box does a Sabo in less time than the perk Saboteur does it, then we got fucking problems. But maybe Sabo boxes should have less charges. Like one Sabo box full charges can do 1.5 hooks. That's it. Yeah, I don't agree with the good guy or the toolbox update. Everything else is perfect. But for now, I want to thank you all for watching. Next time you hear my voice, I was gonna say soothing voice, it's far from that, I understand. We will be bright and early. I will have coffee in hand at 11 a.m. You specify EST and I'm not being like, oh, it's no, it is Eastern time. Woof. I was like, maybe, fingers crossed, it's like 11 a.m. ET, and it's like, oh, it's really at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I can not have to fucking get up at like early on my day off. I'll be here bright and early at 11 a.m. watching that stream with the excitement of a fucking 7-year-old on the morning of Christmas. Boy, it took me a while to get that analogy, didn't it? So I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this, if you're excited for everything else, do the YouTube stuff. Hook, Mori, other stuff. What do I say? Bing bong. Bing bong, Hook, Mori. And until next time, I will see you in the fog. Luck.